Give me 1 second.
Me?
1 second.
Oh,
So we've gotten to the point where we found out the Pal and Davris are statues. We're gonna go confront the farmer, which you guys missed out on, and in the process, I jumped on Genji. Walt stabbed Ether in the throat. Jk.
I,
Jk. And Ether
as
is
much
now.
as I might have wanted to,
And Ether's pretending to be asleep, even though we all know he's not. Sorry, Garrick.
so immediately as you kind of inspect the body, you can tell that it's like wilted wood, like it's really brittle. And then if you look at the other body, Aranor, someone you haven't spent a lot of time with, his form seems to be more solid and solidified. The only difference you see is that this crimson is kind of rubbed against, like down his eyes, like
um,
tear streaks almost.
okay. So, there's no crimson on the other body.
Mm-mm.
That just appears to be like wooden tones. So I want to take a closer look at those marks of crimson and see if there's anything else unusual about his body. And then I'd like to. Second, how does this actually? Seeing as whatever happened to them is pretty obviously magical, I would like to do an Arcana check or whatever it is that you want me to do to see if I can figure out what means happened to them, or if there's any more information that I can gain by that sort of inspection.
Okay. I would say you can roll Arcana to try to gain more information. That's very good. So with that, you're able to tell that this is a spell, almost a type that is close to something very powerful known as a banishment spell. Um, the way this would work almost as these wooden forms are a type of gateway. Any damage that becomes of it will break the tether and they'll be lost forever wherever they're at. Which you can kind of assume that they are in some other realm of existence, another plane.
Um, okay. So it's already too late for what's her face's body that's been like chopped and busted up, right?
With your role, I would say it would be very hard for her to be returned.
Okay. And what about the crimson marks that were on the other body's face?
With those, you can assume that it was the last organic part of him being pushed outside of his body before being cursed with this new form that he possesses.
Okay. So if if Izra is still harassing Ether, then I'm going to try to get her attention and Genji's attention and tell them what I found and see if they know anything more about what's happening here based on what I'm telling them.
I'm just like
Okay.
holding onto his armor now. Are you real? Ether! Is that you? Kind of slap him across the face a little bit.
I'll
Not...
just wake up now. I get slapped up with.
Mister, are you still the world's strongest man?
Obviously.
Alright, same attitude. Full of Optimism with no substance. Um,
Dang.
and I look to see if he has any marks on him. I'm like pulling his armor, trying to rip it off.
The only marks you see are ones from battles of pasts.
Jesus, you really are the world's strongest man.
He's got a few scars on him. Seen some shit.
Merc, I'm just like standing on your chest.
But everything seems to be organic.
I bite him.
The fuck?
Roll.
I have my melee on here still.
Just roll a 1d20.
Not like a big bite, just like tasting.
You're nibbling on him.
So with that, everyone would just kind of hear like a light clink, like a biting onto like a metal plate. Just.
Alright, he's good. You okay, Ether? I didn't mean to hurt your armor.
I'm fine.
So you gonna get up, or
You're still off chest?
you wanna hold my ball?
No, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% sure.
Well, welcome back to the group. And then I kind of make like hand signals to Genji, like, watch him.
I don't understand what you're saying.
I just pout, go over to Walt. What happened to Pal?
So I described the results of my inspection to the rest of the party, now that it seems like they're all paying attention or whatever.
Alright, so I'm gonna ask all of you, right now. I can swing at this. Cut it up. It's up to you.
Well, it appears that this one, and I point at the first body, is most likely not going to be coming back. Is that what we want to have happen to this other as well?
I just look at Ether and Genji.
Not my question to answer. Do what you will.
Choice is yours. They're your comrades.
Is his stuff still here?
You would see like a small, like a backpack on the side.
How heavy does this statue look?
It's wood. It's probably like if you were to do like a log lift, heavy.
So I can't pick it up. Well, let me test my strength.
You didn't try to lift it?
Yeah,
You can do a strength check.
that's what I'm doing. I opened it up another screen so I don't have to cover the screen I'm recording. Start flexing. Alright, let's do this. Ooh, that's a strength save, huh? Try that again.
I would say with that you're able to upright it, but to fully lift it would be massive. So it's kind of standing up, and you see him in his gear, all solidified and like someone had carved it out of wood.
Alright, so my plan was carry this over to the farmer, get more answers. Apparently I'm 9 years old. Probably not the best person. Oh, world's strongest man! Mister, would you please carry this over to the farmer?
Okay.
Not very persuasive. But he said okay, you heard it. Didn't matter that it sounded like bullshit. Yeah, you just test your strength real quick and see if you can carry it. I have complete faith.
So with 19, you're able to lift it, but it's very heavy. But pretty much the weight of it feels like you're lifting at least 4 or 5 people.
It ain't nothing.
Looks like he's been eating a little much. Too much fiber. Alright, well I don't want to leave this here, guys, because I'm afraid when I come back it'll be gone. I do want to get answers before I doom this wonderfully hypocritical angel to death.
You said there was a backpack next to his body. Is there any sort of other gear next to whatever was at her body? Are there any containers or anything else like that next to...
You would see some very similar as well.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab his stuff and her stuff. And I guess we'll make our way out and try and find the farmer.
Okay. And then I'll give you a list of their things.
I'm gonna help, what's his name? Ether carry this.
Okay. So he could roll strength checks. Roll 2 with advantage.
Ether, with advantage.
Let me
Or
know
I'll
if
roll them. You want me to roll your strength checks for you? I guarantee you I've got the best strength checks you've ever seen.
Let me know if you can see your items. If not, then...
What did you do? Did you put them on my character sheet?
I could.
Do I have any gold?
I'm just gonna allow you vision.
Oh.
I gave all my gold to Genji, right?
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So yeah, if that's the way this is gonna work, then let me see how this goes.
And then homeboy here. I'll give you vision of his stuff too. But as you guys are kind of carrying this giant wooden statue, you made your strength checks.
No, he hasn't made them yet.
You gotta make 2 with advantage. Should be alright.
Ether.
He did.
You sleep.
What?
You need to make 2 strength checks.
1 second. 1, 2.
So 18 for the first one, and then do 2 more.
Me or him?
Him. And 6. So yeah, you guys are able to carry it to the door. Help with Izra. The door is open a bit, like a small crack, and inside you can see like a candle is lit, but the flame isn't a normal color. It's like a greenish, hueish color.
I dropped my side of what I was carrying.
Okay.
Hello, Ro. Ro.
No response.
I knock.
As you knock, 2 minutes, 4 minutes.
I'm not waiting 2 minutes. I walk in. I have a child's like patience. Come on now.
As you walk in, you see this room, and it smells very has like this musk to it, like an old basement smell.
Yeah. Do I see him?
Go ahead and roll perception.
My favorite. Need to get Izra some glasses. Boom! I see everything!
So with that, you see no sign of him.
He said I could come see him, I thought. Inspect that green flame.
Okay.
Look dangerous?
It looks like a normal flame, but the wax is a bit different from normal wax that you've seen. It seems that it might be the cause of the different glow.
Does it look like human flesh?
No.
Make sure we're dealing with some House of Wax shit.
But you would see more wood carvings that look very lifelike, and some are wearing the armor that is very familiar to you in your encounters. It seems that this person doesn't have any side.
So he's doing this to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have a
How
side.
many other statues are there in this space that we're in right now?
If you're in his house with Izra, there's at
Yeah.
least 7.
Back to familiarity. Does it look like someone I killed?
Just the armor is very ornate to the armor that your uncle's soldiers wore.
Ah, so he's not in allegiance with my uncle. You know, Walt,
And
Ether, I feel like this guy's really strong. But not like in a, oh my god, he's gonna kill us because he would have done it from the start, but like a, don't test me, woman kind of way. Like, I'm pretty sure he wanted to kill that witch. But it feels different, like maybe my uncle had to do with the witch and Pal has to do with this guy.
Oh no.
Well, world's strongest, not world's most conversator. Gotcha.
Well, still don't know why it is he's doing what he's doing. I suppose we should see if we can find him and perhaps get some more information from him.
I just lick my finger and hold it up, hoping the wind will guide me to him.
as you do that, a large vibration or like a humming begins to take over, like in your ears, and only you can hear it.
Does it
And
hurt?
it begins to get louder and louder, and it starts to hurt. And Ether and Walt, you see her eyes just kind of roll back into her head, and she make a wisdom save. There,
Oh,
Mr. Dan.
did I tell you wisdom is bad? Oh, it's not bad.
So with that, you just go dark.
Izra went 9-9.
Walt and Ether, you just see her like go unconscious.
Hopefully Genji grabbed me before my body hit the floor.
He's outside.
Oh,
He didn't enter the room.
I'm gonna try and grab her before she hits the floor.
Okay, make a dex check just to see how fast.
Okay.
Swear to God. Never lick my fingers again.
As she does that, You see her go unconscious, and her head was about to hit like the edge of a desk, and you catch her. You're pretty
Oh,
quick on your
fuck.
feet.
You're trying to paralyze my little girl here.
But you get a touch of a very dark power when you touch her, and you almost feel like you want to pull away, but then that darkness kind of leaves in an instant, almost like it's hiding itself, and you know for sure that it's there.
I thought I got rid of that.
I don't know, you never checked.
Well,
He lets me hit the floor.
did I catch her? All right, now I drop her on the floor. it, so I saw like her eyes roll back up into her skull before she collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to try and like. I was about to say slap her awake, but that's a little bit too strong. Like if I like lightly hit the side of her face and like be like, "Wake up," something like that. Like I don't want to use force on her just yet. I just want to see if I can wake her up
Just
by
like
the
a
means
light
first.
tapping, just
Yeah.
so as you kind of like tap her face, no response. Like
None of you adults are upset that some man is just beating a child.
she's
Yeah.
just dead weight.
I lay her on the table, and then I back up, and I full arm slap her in the face, grease the hand up, put some gold nugget rings on the back, and then I
Ether, hit me with some powder.
um
Don't you dare steal my chalk.
So I'm not a healer, and I don't really know anything of her situation, and I just felt the dark power come from her. So who is she? I'm gonna look at Ether and tell him to go get Genji.
Well, I'll go get Genji.
He's standing right next to you.
Ether, as you leave. Well, you kind of holding her for just this moment. She begins to struggle, and it's almost like she's seizing up. Izra, you just see yourself kind of sleeping, and it's almost like a third.
An out-of-body experience.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. That's exactly what's going on.
That
And
motherfucker hit me!
You see yourself like tossing and turning, and then these visions blur out your sleeping form, and they begin to creep upon you.
These visions do?
Yeah, these visions come and visions go. But one thing is certain: as you kind of drift off into the darkness, you're not alone. Whatever was promised to you seems to be like a facade. That darkness still lurks within you, and you feel like a certain sense of dread becoming to like lurk over you as your body now lays still in the arms of Walt. This like dark presence.
I guess her out-of-body would look at her body with disgust.
Mm-hmm. This like dark presence that has loomed over you since the start of your journey begins to make itself known.
Does it have a
doesn't speak.
different voice?
It doesn't speak, but it kind of shows you its power. And you see like these small silk-like strings, like little spider webs, but a single string.
No, fuck you. I ain't dealing with that motherfucker ever again.
And
No.
they're wrapped around your limbs.
No, I refuse.
And as you kind of look up, you see like a large wilted hand, and it moves a single finger, and it brings your arm up. I need you to make another wisdom save.
I know who this motherfucker is. Onigumo, I challenge you.
That's nowhere near that guy.
Oh, thank God. Woo! I don't know if that's worse or not.
With that, it lifts your arm, using your arm, bending your will against you. You can't fight it.
Is it like the Cruciatus curse? Like I'm just getting
And
bent?
and Walt, you start seeing her arm move, and it's almost like a marionette would move an arm.
Oh, you guys are about to fuck up little Izra.
And her hand begins choking, like grabbing around her throat and choking herself. And Izra, you immediately begin to feel your life fading and death becomes imminent. But as you open your eyes,
I would have
for a
just said
brief
fuck
moment, you see a silhouette, an unfamiliar shadow forces these silk-like ties to break, and you're immediately brought back to
it.
reality.
Hold on. In that time, can I make a perception check to try to get as much about this shadow as possible?
With disadvantage, yes.
2 natural 20s. Dude, this. Oh. Izra wins again.
It's very dark, but the way these silk-like things were cut apart is they caught flame. And you awake coughing up like some black substance. I would say till you get a full night's rest, your movement is half as your body becomes weak from
So
the
that means I
stress.
can't move at all during daylight. Oh, I guess it'd be a fourth of my movement, right? If I'm cut to a
Yeah.
half in daylight, it's oh my
I
God.
would say you can move, but it's very little. So probably like 10 feet. If you were doing it in day.
I swear this doesn't happen very often.
And Walt, from what you can see, is she left a bruise on her neck from the force that she was choking herself. And this black substance, it bubbles for a moment before it goes still when it protrudes from her mouth.
Does that mean I have exhaustion then?
No, this is just from the effect because
Oh,
you failed to save.
that's like the second stage of exhaustion.
I dip my balls in it. No, I want to take a look at this black substance and see if I can figure out what it is by visual inspection before I do anything else with it.
So you touch it?
No, I just want to. I want to look at it before I do anything else. I'm not going to touch it yet.
As you kind of look at it, you get that feeling again of that presence. And it looks like a lot like a bacterial kind of sickness.
And Ether, this
Like
is why you vaccinate your children.
Like a phlegm almost. Like if someone was coughing like phlegm.
Well, that seems good. Is it, can I tell if it's magical or not? Or like maybe this is some sort of sickness that Izra has that I was unaware of before?
I would say this is not magic, but you would be able to deduce that. If you want to know more, maybe I'd have you roll a medicine check.
Okay. Why not? I'll give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen?
I point
That's
to my
pretty
neck.
close.
It is very unknown, but you know this isn't good though. You would know that off of leading events that happened. At this time, Ether and Genji kind of enter. Is everything okay?
I don't know.
I jump off the table onto Genji's back and hide.
What's wrong? What happened to you? What's this stuff on your face?
My face.
Yeah, it's just kind of like running down. It's like that black ichor.
I don't know, and I hop off a Genji.
She.
I don't know. How do I... Ugh. Does it look like
I
it?
don't.
I want to touch
I don't
it.
know how to describe it. She had some sort of episode, is what I'm going to tell him.
Jesus. Sound like a kid that has mental issues.
I was hoping you would know more about this than I. I am no healer, no expert in these sorts of matters.
Let me take a look at you. He kind of inspects you and is kind of looking at this stuff. I mean, this is no field injury. I'm not a very medical man myself, but stuff that I have treated are more along the lines of wounds on a battlefield.
I just wipe my face.
I would guess that to be the result of more some sort of sickness or disease or something of that sort.
I
This
assume
And
is
I'm
it's...
the
not.
first. This is the first time I've ever seen something like this happen to Izra. Been with her for quite some time.
I just
I also
kind of fill
I
them
also
in
just
on that whole
okay.
thing that's inside of me.
Oh, what do you specifically say? Because I don't think I've heard this before.
Genji wouldn't know either.
No. Yeah. Well, so, granddaughter of Enryu. Hi. Yeah, they did something to me that when I killed people, this thing got stronger. I thought it was gone. And it's most certainly evil. I wouldn't touch it. And, whatever was controlling me, I could see my body moving. I couldn't do anything. Then some shadow came in. Not a familiar shadow, and I kind of looked sad, longing. Cut the ties of this thing, and I spit it up, I guess. I don't know if it's gone, though, but I assume it is, based off the feeling. Am I correct about that?
I would say because you haven't dealt with it before, that's your assumption.
I don't like your answer, just so we know how to game.
But
Yeah, people die
Well-
when they're near me, just so you know.
it's a lot to take in. You're the daughter of the great Emperor Enryu.
That granddaughter... I wouldn't know that it's adopted, right?
Nope.
So I still assume that I'm just the granddaughter of Enryu.
Mm-hmm.
But I am aware of where I used to live, or has that not happened yet?
What was that? Sorry.
I am aware that I lived a different life in a different realm, or has that not happened yet?
Has not happened yet.
Okay. Then I would just tell him that my mother is Gwendolyn,
Mm-hmm.
the daughter of Enryu, and my father was a great king of his land named Destin. And they failed at their jobs of parenting me, so I got stuck with an evil grandfather who always treated me pretty well. But my uncle is an asshole. So they like to test me and see what I'll do, and I'm assuming this is one of their tests. But whatever that shadow was that saved me, I have no idea.
It's a lot to take in.
Yeah, I get it.
Well, you say this has not happened to you before.
It happened one time when I killed a shopkeeper. This thing hopped out of me and stole its soul.
And
I was under the impression it was gone.
when was this? Long ago?
1 to 2 weeks ago, I killed the shopkeeper. Look, it's legal to kill people when you're me. Don't just kill everyone. He had chalk. I needed the chalk.
Well, I suppose then that trying to figure out what it is that's turning people into these wooden
This isn't
statues-
me though. The statues are not me. Unless I don't know.
Well, I was about to say that it seems like that's more important than trying to figure out more about whatever it is that's doing this to you.
You're right. Little girl dying, no big deal. Let's move on to the statues.
Well, I mean, you're not dead yet.
True.
You survived.
Anyone know of any shadows that could sever ties of great magical strong beings like my family?
Genji
Nope.
just kind of shrugs like,
Does that sound familiar to me at all?
It would not.
Okay.
I look at
Then
Ether.
I'll be doing the same thing too. I'll be shrugging.
Not anyone that I know of or can think of.
By the way, when I was getting destroyed, where were you, Ether? I needed you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not Ether? You mean I'm getting your name wrong? I'm not surprised. I just gloss it over. Anyways, I can't find Ro. Me and Walt here were looking. He's not here. All it has is this strange handle.
And as you kind of mention his name, you hear his voice.
Oh, now he appears.
Now that was a very strange display.
Does Ro's shadow look like the shadow that saved me?
It is not. He is too
Is
short.
there a shadow? Because you just mentioned a voice.
Yeah, it's just the voice. But you see him kind of creep, like, he kind of phases through the floor and rises. Like his character model just rises through the floor. His arms behind his back, just kind of hunched over,
It's a
looking at his.
interesting method of transport you have there. We appear to have lost some members of our party to whatever this is that's happening around here. I don't suppose you'd know more about what it is that's turning these people into wooden statues.
It happens to people that stay here that have a very weak and feeble mind that their body turns to something inanimate. To
Damn.
show their weakness, they're reduced to something that is of an abundance.
So you're saying that Pal is stronger than the crazy ass witch. Only I mouth the bitch. Say witch, but I mouth bitch.
If you want them returned, you'll have to find their souls in the realm of the undead.
I don't
But-
think anyone had any ties to them.
Which brings up my next point. I think the most serious matter at hand is the sickness that's within you.
I'm fine.
I could assist you if that's what you require.
I kind of look at him. Inside his ass.
He seems pretty intent in trying to help you.
Everything.
What? I mean, this guy doesn't look like a healer. He's got no. He doesn't seem like he's going to be the assisting, like clerical goodly type,
He
based on
does
his
not
appearance.
seem like holy man, Mr. Goodman, sir. But
How is it you intend to assist her?
I could send you on a quest to gather certain ingredients to perhaps create an antidote. A type of exorcism, if you will. But know that once the demon has been purged from his current cell, and he points to Izra's body, you will have to eliminate him in person.
Kill the
So what
motherfucker.
Yeah, so what he's saying is once it's out of your body, you're going to have to confront it.
Oh, I hope this thing's aware we have a son of Bahamut.
I don't think that really helps in this world.
so optimistic. What were we doing beforehand? What was our quest at the time, Garrick?
Well, you kind of failed it.
Oh, okay. Good story of my life.
Oh,
You're supposed to retrieve something for Colin, but that kind of went south.
And then we still have to find out what happened to the man from nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then King Jetsu we had an idea on, and the articles from the Queen, I recall. So we're looking for ways to defeat Enryu, and we got hints on the Queen's weapon, some about Jetsu, and then we thought maybe Jetsu was this Tin Man. I can't remember his name. That was very not nice too.
all right. Well, I suppose we. What do you know of this thing that possesses her? Say we do as you propose. We remove it from her.
That's very simple. It would require you to gather some very rare items.
Oh no, that isn't what I'm asking. I want to know what he knows about this thing before we go any further with removing it. Like step 1 comes before step 2. If we're gonna exorcise this demon from Izra, and it's gonna be like the Zoma God 12-story tall world ender that's gonna stomp us into shit, then I don't want to go through with that route because I don't really like dying. But if he's like, yeah, you guys got a chance, that's a little more palatable. Like, I want to know that it isn't going to be out of our reach to try and fight this thing once we exercise it.
The longer the creature stays within its host, that usually decides on its strength. If one hurries, this cretin can be destroyed with ease. But yes, it is possible.
So die of the plague, get some things, kill the plague.
You won't die. You'll be a passenger.
A puppet.
Surely better than death. What is it we need to do to gather these ingredients?
I have a very old book on this sickness, but its language is dead of this world.
I can read it, right?
Do you?
I know old
Yeah.
text.
Let me show you. If you can make something out of it, then use what you can from the information.
Not really good with books as a player, as a character. Who knows?
And I'll show it to all of you, but the only person that can really read it is Izra.
So it is an old text.
Mm-hmm.
It says on the first page, Ether, give all your gold to Genji. Weird.
That seems extremely likely to me.
I can actually just show it to Diane. Skadoosh.
You sent it to me.
Opening handouts.
Oh, hey. Wow, you really did put in this. It wasn't just random, it's a real thing. Oh, goodness, that's always good when you know it wasn't just on the spot. There was some thought into it.
And
Good.
as you guys kind of see Ezra touch this book, like dust just falls from it, and it looks like this book won't last very long.
So it looks like old, decrepit book.
Like this thing's been around since time started.
Always good. Says,
But you can read it out loud if you want, or whatever you want.
I'm just reading the first part because I think the second part is the part that I can read, right?
Mm-hmm.
Read.
I don't know if you can see my notes, but you should be able to only see the book stuff.
No, I should only be able to see the. Okay. An old monk. Okay, such as an object that belonged to an old monk whose life has been stolen by the sickness, similar to what Izra has come in contact with. The text talks about these prayers beads being soaked in blood of demons. Huh, sounds. Prayer beads. Interesting. Reads. I'm just making sure to get it all on video so I can come back to it. Oh, I'm not on a video with it. Fuck. I just need to be able to come back to it. Alright, so pictures of various items. Says it begins to read and describe a pure white plant that lies deep within a cavern, but in order to get there, one must be prepared to ward off other evil spirits, willing to drag others to their demise. Okay, scary as fuck. Such as an object that belongs to an old monk, whose life has been stolen from him by a sickness similar to what you, Izra, have come encounter with. If not treated correctly, madness will continue to consume you until you become a feral beast. Good news for you guys. This little girl, gonna be a feral beast. Points. The text talks about these prayer beads needing to be soaked in the blood of demons. That rolls out ether. The blood of demons. Its murderous intent has the power to ward off strong, powerful spirits who want to cause harm, but weaker spirits may attempt to pass through. Good news for ether. Strong body, weak spirit. Pictures of various items presented. Oh, I need to find a white lotus flower. Ooh, I remember that. The eye of the ogre. Sounds fun. Fingers of the faceless one. You're a motherfucker. The healing breath of a celestial. Walt, are you a celestial?
Who?
Walt.
Not quite.
Oh, okay. Genji, you're holy, aren't you? You a celestial?
I don't think that's what
No.
that is.
These items must be presented at an altar that lays high in the mountains, its peak piercing the heavens. On top of the mountains, infected must bathe in the fountain while items are presented, and a priest or a monk must fend off the sickness using the beads. So I have to get naked in front of a man. Interesting. Look at Ether to see if he's looking at my body. Stop it!
He's asleep.
100%.
So, yeah. Pretty sure I don't know what any of this is, but I've heard of the White Lotus flower. I don't know where it is. I don't know any ogres. The faceless one sounds like a dangerous task, but maybe he can't face us. I don't know. The healing breath of a celestial. I don't do well with celestials. That's a problem. It sounds dangerous, but it sounds like you guys have two choices. And if I'm reading it correctly, it makes sense. So, yeah, the choices are either you help me and we get rid of this, or you don't help me and you leave. Because eventually I'll end up attacking you and anyone else around me. So it sounds like it's going to be fun for, you? Question mark? And it does say at the bottom, P.S. Give all your gold ether to Genji, aka the main man. I don't know why it's in there, but we have to listen to it. We have to do it. It's part of the tradition, the ritual.
I don't care. Only broke boys use gold.
Well, it does say also platinum, so...
That's blasphemy. You can't just say it after the fact.
It's another part. The book's failing, hey. For all I know, it could demand you that you give Walt all your gear. But if that part disintegrated, so that's good. We don't know.
So,
sounds like I have
all
to
of
do this.
Out of all of these things that we need, we have perhaps some information about one of them.
When I say I've heard of it, I don't remember anything.
And because he read it out loud, I'll show you the notes to you guys. That way you can have a reference.
And I have it recorded, so if you need to go to the video, you can actually go back to it too. Hey Vic, come to visit?
And it'll be in a folder called handouts, and you could use it as a reference.
So I'm going to look at Ro and ask him if he knows any more about any of this, seeing as he's been in possession of this book the longest. He probably knows more about any of this stuff than any of the rest of us do, what it sounds like.
Then I'm going to give like a little girl look when he asks that question, like, yeah, what he said. Politely, not offensively.
Depending on your actions, you already have one ingredient here. That breath of a celestial, I believe, was your friend.
Good thing I didn't kill him, huh?
See, that's a funny thing. I can snap his form, taking his last breath. You can keep it for yourself. To save your humanity.
He always said he wanted to make sure I lived. Always talked about how valuable I was. Now I'm gonna get his last breath.
So then, yes, sacrifice him?
If the rest of the group is okay with it, it's what he wanted.
kind of looks to the rest of you.
Ain't none of my business.
Why is Ether, the general of all the land of Bahamut, fucking so eager to kill people?
Apparently, Bahamut is not as goodly as I was led to believe.
I think we have more experience with Bahamut than he does.
The goodliest of the goodly dragons gives no fucks about anything. That seems totally, completely. I mean, I don't really know any of these people. I don't see why it would affect me any.
So you see him walk in front of it, and he looks up. And
Well,
he holds
Genji
one
hasn't said what he thought.
Genji just kind of stays quiet.
Genji doesn't like me anymore.
Aww.
But Ro holds open one hand, and with the other he snaps his finger.
And this is the motherfucker you wanted to bring to Patron, you piece of shit.
And you see the head just kind of roll off of the neck and fall into his hand preemptively.
How strong is that head?
Then he hands it to you.
Is it as strong as my ball?
For you, it's kind of light.
Oh.
But he hands you the head. I would save that for your last moment of triumph.
Do I have a backpack? I think I do.
As for the ogre, just so happens there's one close by. He's not a very nice fellow. He's very... His stature is what makes him legendary.
Is he like big?
Oh, quite so. Maybe the biggest creature I've ever laid eyes on.
How do you guys feel about killing an ogre? Eh?
Perhaps we can persuade him to part with some of his fingers.
I'm up for whatever.
I believe we need his eye. Correct?
Oh, is that what it said?
Yeah.
His eye?
Mm-hmm.
Does he have more than one eye?
Luckily for you, he only has one.
Well,
What's being blind? You can collect disability.
he can collect disability. That good old ogre disability program.
Yeah,
Depending on his medical records, he might be granted 60.
Is that what he says? Literally that, word for word.
I gave my gold away, right?
Whatever gold you had left, yeah.
Yeah, because it says I have 4,226.
Dang, it's some pretty good gold, bruh.
I assume I gave it all to Genji.
I mean, he's packing.
Genji?
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's got wallets of swole.
Well, Ro, what do you require out of this, by the way?
Knowledge is fine with me. I don't require anything. Why do you ask?
People don't generally help me unless they get something.
I already have everything I need here. To take from someone is not my forte.
I like your style.
I merely borrow and give back.
What do you plan to borrow and give back?
Well, you've already lost your friends. And I've given you this book.
Is the book still in one piece?
I would refrain from opening it, for it might be lost, and I don't think carrying it out of here would be wise either.
I hand him gently the book back.
Without touching it, it floats towards a desk in a corner.
Well, time to kill an Cyclops ogre.
Be wary of his size. He's quite a spectacle.
Is he big enough to where I can, like, hide in between his toes?
One could say that.
Good to know. Don't get hit. Well, which way is he?
He points. And in the direction he points, Walt, you would know it to be northwest.
I'm guessing southwest.
Sure. Best of luck to you all, and happy trails.
Well, guys, it's still nighttime, and you guys all needed your rest, didn't you?
We're going to go fight a giant ogre. Perhaps that would be best.
I should warn you during daytime I'm a hindrance. So if we're going to rest, we should rest until evening.
I have no problem with that.
Is that Genji or Ro?
It's Genji. He returns to the sleeping quarters you guys been at.
Do you look disgusted with me?
Make a insight.
Always good.
Always. At least for this campaign.
I mean, he seems off, but he's a bit different.
She's used to it. Now, if you guys are gonna rest, I would rest. I'm gonna rest during daytime. That's my plan anyway.
So you're staying watch again?
Yeah, until morning, and then I'm gonna rest.
Okay. Is there anything you guys want to do before you crash out?
No. That's fine.
All right. Izra, as time begins to move forward and the sun begins to creep up, make a intelligence check.
Let me tell you how smart my little Izra is.
Not bad.
It could be worse.
Reading through the book a little bit more, because I would say you got bored and probably went back to maybe get more information.
With that memory, I have it memorized, bruh.
I would say throughout the night you would go back and read through the book, but not moving it. It speaks of this ogre, and it kind of shows like a diagram. Right next to it, you see like a castle. You would see him looming over it. And in the picture, you just see him like scooping up people and, eating people and whatnot. And as you flip to the next page, you see this hooded figure in like this different colored robes, and you can't see in the hood, but in its hand he has like a set of dice, and then in his other hand he has like some cards.
Oh, you gave him dice too?
And on top of the like picture, it says Kuroda the Faceless, and its left hand has like these super elongated fingers, a lot different from its right.
That Crixus had the cards. Crix-
This is like playing cards. These aren't like magical cards. But on in this old text language, it says Kuroda the Faceless, a demon that lurks with the light white lotus plant and tests the wills of travelers in their attempts to purge the corruption from their bodies.
I'll get kind of excited that the White Lotus and the Faceless one are already there, or together. But kind of creepy about the hand.
And in the picture, along with the white lotus, you see like these mounds of gold and like abundance of items. And it just shows all the amount of wealth he has gained from mortals who have failed their purge. Those who have failed, however, serve him and are bound to him till time becomes no more.
God, you got some really powerful people in your fucking plotline now. I'd say they're one campaign away from being a boss if they wanted to be.
But essentially what you can get is he's not really a fighter, but a man
How
of
do you
wits.
spell his first name? Kuroda?
Yeah.
My Kuroda.
Corrode. This is you like Crota?
And then I would say, yeah, I'll give you this information too. I'll put his name down before I say it, because you'll be like, what? How you say that?
Oh, yeah, you already know.
So, the ogre Bijogamaru, a large
I am.
hulking figure being said to have molded and created the very mountain the fountain sits upon, wields a giant mace that can sunder the walls of any castle with a single swipe. He resides in a valley, but this valley goes by the name of Kuja, which is spelled like this.
Like the dog.
That's Cujo.
That's close. The first three were correct.
In this valley, he consumes large creatures to sustain his strength. And that's it.
Like a blood dragon?
More like a hunter.
So he's not eating a blood dragon for me.
Nah, that blood dragon's way bigger than him.
Does it say the direction of Kuroda? Kuroda?
Of Kuroda?
Kuroda.
If you see in the book, it says where the White Lotus is located. And then leading to that, Kuroda is also there, next to the flower.
But we still need the beads, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is in a cavern.
Mm-hmm.
But in order there, it must be where else, such as an object that belongs to an old monk. Old monk has beads that takes me, that can get me to the cavern. Sounds like I have to come back to the valley anyways after killing Bij or Marua.
Bijogamaru.
Bijogagamu. Old Jog. I'm gonna call him Jog for short. The jog guards the fountain. The monk has the beads. The beads get me to the lotus in the fingers, and then I have to go back to Big, or Jog, or just call him Maru, to take a bath in the fountain. So it's almost like I should do beads, faceless, fight the ogre. I don't know where the beads are at. Does it say in the book who has them? Does not. We don't know who that person is. Is Ro around?
I would say as the sun's kind of rising, you see him working in the fields.
I start walking really fucking slow.
Eventually,
Oh my god. Ro.
get up to him.
Ro. Hold on. Ro. I was
Yeah.
looking over the book. Do you know who the monk is and where I can find him?
The monk in the book.
Yes. I'm just kind of holding my hand up to block the sun as it's burning my hand.
There is a grand gate within the valley. The valley of Kuja, that is. Beyond that gate is a giant bridge this monk so lives at. Beware of the mist, that it plays tricks upon you. But the monk will be with
Yeah.
the beads that you require.
So they're kind of technically all in the same vicinity.
In a way.
God, do you have a recommendation on who we should start with?
I would say perhaps soon would be one way of starting.
I mean, who, though? My idea is Beads Faceless Ogre.
Oh, considering the size of one, might be a lot easier finding that one.
But I have to end up there anyway.
If you're uncertain, you don't have to take this perilous trip, but
No, I have to. No liability. No better than the witch.
no, but you won't have to worry about her presence.
Yes, but now I'm the new witch because this thing could attack anyone around me.
Well, the faster it gets done, the faster it all
Yeah.
fades away.
I'll say. Thank you, Ro.
Oh, I wouldn't thank me.
Why?
The future holds a lot of secrets, little one.
You know, one day I'm gonna be an adult and people have to start calling me the big one. I just keep walking.
Eventually you
Imagine.
make it back.
Huh?
Eventually you make it back, and at this time, people that have rested are beginning to wake up.
I'm gonna use my sickle and my ball to pull myself quicker than I can walk.
I would say with your current strength in the sunlight, it's very hard, but you make it eventually.
Just walk through.
Yeah.
My watch is over. And I fall right on my face.
While Ether, you would just see her just face plant. Not even on her bedroll, just.
I mean, are either of us conscious? Are either of us awake?
I would say you guys are on the cusp of waking up. As you just hear this thud just.
Does she appear otherwise all right?
Uh, she looks just very exhausted.
Okay. I mean, as long as there's no more of that crazy ass disease choking herself shit going on, I'm fine with that.
It's called experimentation on life to see who I want to grow up to become, Walt.
She's as fine as she can be in her current state.
she is going through a phase.
But that scene took a lot out of her, and she is just knocked out cold. Is there anything you guys want to do as she's sleeping, or you guys just want to head out once she wakes?
I think I'm good.
Okay. What about you, Ether?
I'm fine with easy.
You say you're fine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I would say evening begins to creep up, and Izra slowly but begrudgingly wakes up.
I'm alive! Yes. 2 points. What do you guys do?
We waited?
Just watch me sleep.
No?
I know, I'm just a powdered puff of awesomeness. I gotcha.
Sure?
So I kind of lay out everything I found out about the Faceless and the Lotus and the Bees and the Ogre.
Okay.
Be honest with you. I know the Ogre sounds big. But hear me out. What if we just work together and throw me at his eye?
Don't you need his eye?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cut it out.
And from what she described, that this guy is pretty damn huge.
Do you really think attacking something of that size is the best way to go?
I ponder. Perhaps I'll let you do the strategy. I'll be the muscle.
The Musa.
Unless Ether has a better idea. Ether.
Me? With a better idea? Couldn't be.
What's your plan for defeating the Ogre?
Go for his legs. Or kneecaps.
Feel like we know a little goblin that did that to someone else in a prior campaign. But it sounds like a lot of this is in the same area, so to speak. Ro indicated that the valley leads to the bridge where the monk is, and the monk has the beads that can help us get to the cavern where the Lotus and the Finger Man is. Finger Man. And then the fountain's behind the ogre. And then I have to take a bath. With that, I will become Super Izra.
Really? Is that how that works?
I don't know. I'm new to this as well as you guys. I didn't even know about it. I mean, I knew about it, but I didn't know why it's there. The good news, I didn't kill anyone, right?
This time. Yet.
Well, when you guys are ready, we could head to the valley where the big man with
Where the giant mountain-sized ogre is. Where we're gonna attack him. Because we haven't really come up with anything better.
Well, we could try talking to him. Maybe he'll give us his eye. If there's a castle there, okay, hear me out. What if you go to the castle while Ether distracts him, right? You and Genji shoot cannons or hooks at him, pull him to the ground, or push him to the ground. And while Ether's doing that, I climb the back of him. And when he falls, I climb to the front of his head and slice out his eye.
Why don't we speak with our new friend and see if he has any better ideas?
Okay. I guess I make my way out.
Okay. You see him kind of in his posture, and he's mumbling these words, almost saying like a prayer in front of this tree. And it's not like any special tree or whatever, but it's just a tree that he's speaking to.
Bro.
Yes.
Ether has something to ask you.
Is that so?
I have something to ask him.
I will be glad to allow Ether to ask this question.
Nah, I'm fine.
No, you're the general. You have to plan.
No, I don't.
I need you. World's strongest man, you said you'd defend me. We're all just looking at Ether.
Yep.
Awkward.
I'm not asking him.
Ask him what?
I'm not asking him anything.
Why not?
I refuse.
Why do you refuse?
Not my job.
I climb on his back, and I use my hands to move his mouth. Bro, as the greatest general of all the land, and the strongest person of the world, I was hoping you could inquire on how these silly mortals won't die fighting against the ogre as I'm moving his mouth.
Death is always present.
Yes.
But
you were gonna fight him.
If I were to fight the ogre.
Yes, what would you do? I want to point out that he has not said he's stopping me from doing this.
Yep. As far as I know, it's going.
Can't say what I would do, but it's not very fast nor smart, so there's a couple weaknesses for you there.
So, if we distracted him and Izra climbed him and Izra made him pull out his own eye, that would work.
It's worth a shot.
You know what? Take all my gold.
have no need for material things.
You know, I'm gonna say it out loud. Genji, you can have all my gold. Just reach in my pocket and take it all.
Seems
I think the fuck not.
You weren't stopping him.
Take my gold. I don't care. Oh fuck.
But I guess I could take you to him.
Free teleport. Thank you.
Although I won't be present myself.
I can bench press easily 1 or 2 Izras. You're fine.
I don't wish to go, is what I'm trying to say.
So could you teleport us without you going?
I could.
Then that'll
But
work.
You'd have to be quick.
Quick is what the ladies tell me all the time.
But the portal will only stay open for so long, so if you're prepared, I can take you there now.
Let me look at my troops. Troops, are you ready to go?
Genji just kind of thumbs up.
What about you, Walt? You seem like a lively young man.
Well, I guess if we're going to go do this, let's do this.
First, let me give all of you some of my gold. After that, Izra, I make you king of Bahamut land.
No.
You didn't say you were stopping me. You're not even talking.
No, yeah.
Alright, I'll like grab it and like dangle her.
And I just have my hands in like a cone shape. Do not mind the little girl I'm holding. I am the one making the decisions. Oh, he did something. Hey, you're alive. You thought you were dead.
Mm.
Do you have anything you need before we go? Your skills okay? Your health okay? Your armor looks like it has a bite mark in it, but
I heard you appointed Izra as the king of Bahamut land.
That
Seems like
is-
an interesting decision.
I take it we're ready, Ro. And might I say you're very handsome.
stop it. She's not talking to me anymore.
Every time that Izra has to do this, this is what she's going to do. So, haha.
Well, flattery will get you nowhere.
You
What?
got rejected.
In this case, it would get you a quick exit. And
Apologize for his behavior.
he places his hands together, and the tree that he's been praying to begins to crack open. And this, like, void, like, portal begins to form inside it.
He's just holding me.
I would be quick, for you have about 5 seconds before this closes.
And I point to the door. Run, Ether!
I don't know.
You got 5 seconds. Make your decision.
Jesus, I'm just gonna walk to the door.
I waved to him as he said he never put me down, so he's carrying me in the ball, in the chain, in the life.
Alright.
Legit.
You really are really strong. You did this with one hand.
So you all go through. Foom, 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 foom.
Yep.
Russell, I think you, I, Izra, and Izra's puppet can do great dialogue.
I'm fine with that. Let's do all of the dialogue.
Did he ever find out how much of his royal gold I was giving away to the town?
Not that he knows it.
That should be good to know.
Alright, go.
Are you still carrying me, Mert?
You didn't say he wasn't.
I'm carrying you in my like hand.
Like, am I standing or are you holding me by my hair?
Now I'm holding you by like the collar of whatever the fuck you're wearing.
I'm not a dog, Merc. I'm a little girl. Jesus.
So as you guys kind of get pulled through, you're brought to this very lush and forested area.
Fuck!
And to your immediate vicinity, you see like these green-skinned folk kind of chanting and praying, and they have like these markings on them, like painted on.
Like tattoos or runes or what?
Like no arcane rune like for you, Walt, but they're just like tattoo ceremonial. And with your time spent with Genji, because you guys are pretty much like
Best friends.
You guys seen stuff together.
Best friends.
This almost seems some sort of like a ritual, like a sacrificial ritual that these people are doing.
Genji, what the fuck?
I would be still for now. Not sure what they're doing, but it's giving off a hint of that big fat one there, and he points to the
only fat one.
That man there seems to be running the show. Whatever they plan on doing, it doesn't sound like it's going to be all too good.
So should we stop him or wait and see?
And as you say, should we stop him? You hear like these thunderous steps just. And like the trees are moving, like wind is breezing through them.
Prepare to be winded!
Just. And the chanting from these green-skinned folk begin to get a little bit louder.
What are they saying in their chant?
What languages do you speak?
I speak... Now that you mention it, I am linguistic in my ability to speak Common, Primordial, and Old Texts.
Nope. You wouldn't be able to make out what they're saying. But one of the names is very familiar, though. One of the words, and they keep announcing this Bijugamaru.
That's not good.
And as you're like trying to focus on the words, you just see this giant arm pierce through the forest and just scoop all these dudes up. And
All even the fat one?
You just hear all this screaming and yelling. Just. Oh!
What the fuck?
The fat one is still there?
Yep. And it gets silent. Like. It's almost unsettling. And then finally, this giant hulking mass just pierces through this. I forgot what they call it.
Canopy.
It pierces the trees. Yeah. And you just see this giant being.
What the fuck?
So, Operation Throw Izra. That's what I heard.
And you see this giant, like this fat guy. He's like kneeling, begging for his life. What it seems like. And the giant is just like licking his fingers, just taking the jam, leftover jam off of his palms.
They killed Jam too?
And-
Not what he said, nerd.
And as this guy's begging for his life, the ogre just slams his palm down into the ground. And what was there
I'd like to make a
is
stealth
more.
check and run up and try to run onto his hand.
Okay, roll stealth. And like what was there is
Do I
no
have
longer
advantage
there.
on stealth?
When he slammed his hand on this dude, it left like a little crater there. What was that?
I'm trying to see if I have advantage on stealth. I do not. Do I have any souls?
I don't know. Did you keep track of your
I do. I have 45. While I'm doing this, I'm also going to, because I'm level 7 now. That's where we left off anyways. Until your next turn. Damage. Right, the video. Can't imagine that's going to help us. I am going to sacrifice 2 souls to increase my movement by 10. To hopefully speed up the idea I have. And look at one more thing while I'm doing this. Yeah. So if I see I'm not going to make it, I'm going to try to cast blindness and deafness. But if I make it, I'm not going to do anything.
Okay.
Alright, I rolled a 22 on stealth.
You are seemingly stealth.
Okay. Do I make it to his hand?
What's your avenue of approach?
So where's his hand hitting? Right here?
Yeah, we'll see. It's right there.
I want to run along the tree line. So
Okay.
I have 40 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's 5 feet, right? Per square?
Yes.
Yeah, 5 feet per square.
Then I'm going to go. I'll make it to the hand if I do that. And have 5 feet to climb up.
All right. As you approach, make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm going to cast blindness if it looks like he's attacking me, remember?
Okay.
So do I need to do that, or is it just something?
He's just lifting his hand up.
Okay. Fuck!
So you're barely able to grab onto his arm as he begins to lift it back up.
To get a better
you
grip,
all-
I'm going to sacrifice some more souls to get a better grip if I can.
For
Just to gain some, never mind, ignore that. I can't do anything else. You're out. Okay.
so everyone else, you just see Izra just take off, get on this hand of this being, and she is just lifted into the sky.
I have a plan. We discussed it. Throw Izra. I found a way of not throwing Izra.
But Izra, you are way high. Like,
Uh-oh.
it's almost unsettling. Like, if you were to let go,
I have a plan for if you let go of me. Don't worry.
some serious damage might be done.
Yeah, you've got that.
I have a interesting trick that comes with my class that makes it okay, and I will
That
tell
makes
you.
it okay. All right.
Yeah, so
Let's see.
I could sacrifice 5 souls to teleport to an area within 30 feet that's shadow. So if I sacrifice 5 souls, in theory, which I don't know what the DM's gonna do, I should be able to teleport to a branch as I'm falling. In theory. Now I'm sure there's something that goes along with that I don't know that's probably gonna make me die, but that's what my train of thought was.
As you're being lifted, make a strength check. As you're trying to hold on as he's lifting his arm up. And from the scene down below, he's just going to take a look at this jam that he just acquired.
Oh god. Yeah, this is the story of how Izra died. A strength check, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck, I rolled a good one. Ooh, even better.
So you're able to hold on. And I would say you're like on the back of his hand.
I do have freedom of movement.
As he goes and lifts his hand, he begins to lick the palm, the remaining residue that was left over of a certain fellow that was once there.
How close am I to his face?
You're fairly close. I would say, like, you could try to walk to the other side. Well, you do see the eye, because obviously he's really huge.
Alright, how do I want to do this?
Just go for broke and roll high.
I'm just looking at my character's skills. Really got to do a lot with it, so I think what I want to do. I imagine I'm not going to get a second chance at this. So what can I do to avoid falling off but achieve my goal? Okay. So I'm going to sacrifice more souls for 10 feet of movement. I'm going to make an attack at near the edges of the eye, where it connects on the side of the eye, where the eye is in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to stab next into that spot. My intention is that when he flails his hand, I can still hold on with it being attached there by, releasing my grip on his hand and just relying on my weapon to hold me in place.
Okay.
And from there, my goal is to swing, if possible, my ball into the center of his eye to disorient him.
Okay.
Can I do all that, or?
To get to his eye, make a dexterity saving throw. As you're going to move around his hand to get to his eye and try to wedge in there.
Okay.
I would say as you leap, your jump's a bit short. And slowly you begin to fall down.
As I do that,
Make a strength check. I'll try to allow you to place your scythe into his skin to not take a full fall. Or you can do whatever you wish. As you're now free falling in the air.
Is there any shade at all near, like, his ear? Or darkness?
I mean, you're
It is
falling
nighttime, right?
Yeah, it's night.
Alright, I'm not gonna try to fucking break my class to do this, so I'll just make your strength check.
Just gonna roll something real quick. Okay. So you're doing another strength check to try to catch on?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to fucking Davros my class, so.
So you start skidding down his very hard exterior, and you manage to find a wedge, but you're right now like on his abdomen area.
I would just immediately start dashing up his body.
Okay, make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm assuming because of him flailing, correct?
He hasn't noticed you yet. Which, at this point, you just see this giant shadow begin to loom over you and just smack down on top of you. You take... It's gonna hurt. I'm sorry.
Right.
I thought this would go a lot different.
Can I wedge my blade out towards him?
Wedge your blade into his hand?
Yeah.
You could attempt to.
Well,
You take 16 points of damage.
Character. Oops, not her. Oh, there we go. Alright.
But you guys just see him smack his ribs real hard, and it makes a loud like sound. Just
Does he knock his own wind out? Rock hard abs.
to us, it wouldn't be fatal, as being as small as an ant.
What's a boot to an ant, is what you're saying?
Something like it. It's a big man.
I imagine that hurt.
I didn't add his strength modifier because I would have one-shot you, I think.
Yeah. The goal was to try to do it without him noticing. It did not work.
With his hand hitting you, you are no longer stealthed. He needs to know of your presence.
Okay. Oh god.
And I would say at this point, yeah, might as well. As you got attacked, everyone go ahead and roll initiative.
Are they aware of him though? Or is he aware of them though?
Nope.
Okay. The worst comes to worst, Izra dies.
He just knows that this very small child is attacking him.
Oh, natural one.
That can't be as bad as this guy's, right?
I'm still last with a natural one.
That's true.
Ugh.
So 6 and 17. And then Genji, what's his shit? I haven't played Genji in a while.
Hey, you're about to get that opportunity.
Not bad. Dash D20 plus this number. That's not what I want. There we go. So yeah, Ether, you're first as you just see this form just slap Izra right out of her movement.
Damn. Alright. We going for the kneecaps, boys.
His kneecaps are really high up there. You might be able to hit his like toe or something, unless you're trying to climb.
Alright, can I hit like the back of his calf?
Yeah.
It is Achilles tendon, fam.
Oh yeah, his Achilles tendon. I would start slicing at it. Wait, where is it? God damn. Let me see.
I think I'm right here. A little higher.
You said
up.
you were wedging on his hand though, right?
Yeah, which hand did he hit me with?
Right.
You ever seen that scene from fucking Rain of Fire when he jumps out at the dragon with a hubcap fucking axe?
Yep.
That's what I pictured what just happened to me. Went to go for it. If this was daylight, I wouldn't even attempted it.
Yeah, Ether, it's your turn.
Alright. I'm gonna start slicing his Achilles tendon. Did 9 hit?
9 does not hit.
His big ass.
24 hit.
I'm just like looking down at it,
I'll
shaking my head that you missed a fucking foot that
As you,
wasn't
like,
moving.
strike into his skin, your sword begins to vibrate like you're hitting a metal bar with a metal bat.
What? Yeah, I ain't gonna be this easy, huh?
You got that.
But you did do damage. Is that your turn?
See what I can do for a bonus. Nothing. I forgot I'm a fighter. Yeah.
Fighters are awesome. I love playing a fighter.
Alright, Genji's turn.
Genji takes a look at what we're fighting, says, farewell, little one.
Still a little
Well,
bit.
he's going for it.
He's out of range, so he's gonna use his bow. He's got 2 attacks. Both hit. Okay. You just see Genji pull up his longbow and he shoots 2 arrows off. And they're pretty good shots, but the arrows just scatter off on his skin. Brings us to Mr. Walt.
Well, what level is like dimension door? That's what we need here. We need to just move like a mile away.
I'm out.
Well, that worked.
Pretty badass picture of that ogre, though.
Thank you.
Well, that's probably good. I'll refresh my memory. Are we doing this whole less than level 2 you can cast in a bonus action thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's potentially better. Is that... So, I guess I don't really need to move. Where am I, actually? Oh, yeah, no, I don't need to move. So, I'm going to cast Lightning Bolt.
Oh shit. See what you got.
Not quite sure what my spell save is. Here. That here. So it needs to make a deck save and it needs to beat 18.
He's really good at that. A deck save, you say?
Yes, sir. Well, that was a pretty damn good roll.
Does it succeed?
Not quite.
Dang. So half damage.
What's that? No, he takes full damage, bruh. That's not how this works.
Half damage, man. No, I'm playing.
Yay! I see that he takes half damage from a lightning bolt. I really am just gonna piece the fuck out.
Nice.
Y'all be on your own.
Ooh, shoot. And it seems to be more effective than what has previously been done. And this actually makes him take a knee as this lightning comes crashing from the sky, hitting his shoulder.
What do we got here? What is that?
As he takes a knee, I'll need Ether to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, that's exactly what I
Giant
wanted right there.
knees coming down from the sky.
Whew.
24.
24, yo no. Not good enough.
Let's get damage. 56. Either you move, let's say you'll get here, as his knee is now placed into the ground right here. And the force is like immense. Like you felt like if you were under that knee right now, you'd be dead.
Wow.
Well, seeing that apparently worked, I will bonus action acid slash. So he needs to make another dexterity saving throw.
He's really good at those.
That's what I've heard.
Nice.
Sadly, not so much there either.
Half damage. Alright, very good, very good.
And I will move as far away from that bitch ass as I can get. Hopefully that'll be enough. Okay, that'll be my turn.
Brings us to Big Man's turn. I'll need Izra, Genji, and Ether to make a dex save, as he's going to use the hand that Izra's in to swipe all of you in one strike.
I'm attached to it.
That's why you're making a saving throw.
Ooh.
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 Ah, dang. Does not seem good for any of you.
Genji, we ride together. We die together.
Yeah, you're going to get hurt together. I don't want to add his strength modifier.
And do it. Like I said, what's the worst that can happen?
Okay, he's big. Just want to let y'all know.
I mean, that was just me. I don't hear anybody else saying no, so apparently it's gonna happen. I'm not actually getting hit by any of this yet, and everybody's like, yeah, sure. Tom, that sounds like a good idea. I'm just gonna not say anything.
It is what it
I
is.
guess.
I'll put a strength modifier, and if it's too much, we'll just do the die.
Well, let's see what we get.
I mean, I'm not hurt.
I mean, nobody said no. I said yes, and nobody said no. So this seems like a good formula.
I mean,
Yeah,
we're okay.
5 points of bludgeoning damage.
I take a fourth.
Okay.
take a fourth damage from that.
Yeah, because Ether's cushioning my hit.
I mean, that's up to the DM. What does the DM think about that?
But I'll need you to make a strength check as you're being swung around aimlessly. Need you to
Well,
roll strength to hang on.
It just seems aimless to him.
That's good enough, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. There's no weak 9-year-old.
So you're still hanging on, but more dirt is collected on your form as you were just dragged along the floor there. I think we'll do this too. Use his legendary action.
Oh, jeez.
Need Genji to make a con save.
Not
Oh,
Genji.
double G's.
Okay, succeeds. As you see this purplish beam shoot from his eye, Genji deflects it with his sword as it goes off into the distance.
Why does the mountain-sized ogre need a fucking eye laser?
But Izra, it's your turn now as you're on this dude's hand.
Where am I
It's
in
good.
Where am I in location to his face?
A bit far from it as he's bringing his hand back to swing again on his next action.
But I'm above his head then?
You're like he's gonna do a hook, a left hook.
I need to get away from his hand. Looks like he was focusing on what's his name. I don't know if he still knows I'm there, so I'm gonna stealth and dash along his arm to try to reach his torso, like along his shoulder.
Okay. Because you're not a rogue, I would say to hide and go stealth would be your action.
Oh, then I would just run.
Okay.
And
Is your
then
move-
that's my movement. With my bonus action, I am going to sacrifice more souls to get 10 extra feet.
Okay.
And then with my action, I'm going to cast blindness and deafness on him.
Okay. For
David.
each, where are you moving to? Each square on him is 10 feet.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess. I don't know how far I am up his arm.
That's good right there. That's 40. So
Okay.
you're like on his forearm.
Yeah, and I'm going to cast blindness and deafness on him.
Okay. Oh, a con save.
Oh, that's not good.
Nah, you don't know how not good that is yet. You're about to find out.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
That's great.
Oh, good G.
Your target is a 4 or lower.
Here we go.
Well, at least now we know.
Yeah, well, I should.
Now I know. I have spells at target con. That was useful information for me.
he's a big boy.
Hello, big boy. And then that's my bonus action was to use the souls. My action was to blindness, deafness, and my movement was to move. So I am, as I'm moving though, my final movement, I'll put my hands on his arm too. So I'm not just standing.
Okay.
And I would position myself to where hopefully he couldn't see me, but I'll leave it up to you.
Because he tried to use a spell, he's where you're at. But he's got other things to worry about.
It is. And by the way, that would have been blinded, and I have to specify that beforehand. I didn't read it.
Back
Right.
to the beginning. Start a new round. Let me use this legendary action, right? We'll make it fair. The only one he can't reach is Dumbledore over there. So it'll be Ether over
I appreciate that. Seems like a
Ether.
compliment, I guess.
1 Ether to Genji. Alright, another con save. As this giant purple beam comes from his eyeball.
Hey, what's up with him and the eye lasers? Uh-oh.
Not good. So this beam, he tries to deflect it, but he guards too high and it hits his form.
As a reaction, I can do stuff.
Okay.
Just looking real quick. Actually, I don't think it's a reaction. Just double checking real quick. That was a reaction to give soul. Oh, I'm not level 9. Never mind.
Alright, proceed.
Those of you that are next to Genji slowly get to see him become motionless.
That seems positive.
Petrifying stare. Is that like Medusa's glare?
You can't see. But Ether, it's your turn. Bless you.
Thank you.
If it was like a bounce back last time I hit.
What was that?
Oh, you said it sounded like when the last time I hit his leg, it was like a steel bat hitting a steel railing.
Like, the beam hit him and he's not moving anymore.
Oh no, he was talking about the last round when he hit
Oh.
the giant in his leg. You described what it was like.
Oh, when he took a knee? That was from the lightning strike.
No, when Ether hit him in his leg, you described what that was like.
Like how tough his skin was?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
Cause I like stabbed through it and like climb up his leg.
Yeah, you could. I would say when you make your attacks, make a strength check and I'll decide how far you get it.
I ain't going nowhere.
So roll to attack, because you said you were attacking and climbing, so that hits.
What about that one?
That just hits. That just pierces his tough hide. And you're not so much able to climb. You can't really ascend. But you do damage.
Am I like gripped onto his leg right now?
You're not on his leg, but you just pretty much were like, fuck, if I can't make it up, I'm gonna get my licks in then.
Alright. Well, that's my turn.
Some reason Genji is not. I'll
Oof.
leave it at that.
There's nothing I can do about it. I don't have anything to
Yeah, I
get
don't
rid
know
of
about
that.
it either. I hope he can do something about it himself. It's not that campaign. So Genji's turn is over.
Yes.
Okay. Work okay last round. So lightning bolt.
And Walt, you would be able to see these physical attacks aren't leaving scars or marks or anything, but when you hit him with that lightning, it charred his skin a bit.
Okay.
It seems that magic is more effective.
Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna continue with deck saves and hope that goes through.
Show me what you got.
Needs to make a deck save.
Dex save, you say?
Yes, sir.
He's very good at those.
That's what I've heard.
7.
Unfortunately, he's just a little bit short.
Seems pretty big to me. Another lightning bolt strikes down onto the shoulder. Izra, you just a little too close for your liking, but seems to you that this is more effective than physical attacks. It's starting to show scarring in the tissue.
Mm-hmm.
Going to cast Ray, so 12. 3 attacks.
You know what sucks is Genji can't make dexterity saves.
It does suck, but there is literally nothing we can do about it.
Yep. This is not that character.
1d20 plus 12. Are they spell attacks? Oh, Scorching Ray, right?
Yeah.
Those all hit for sure. It's not hard to hit them.
That right. Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. So, blammo, and blammo. You're just like blasting chunks off of his hide.
Well, this is fine. I don't really need to move or do anything else. I think that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Brings us to Mr. Big Man here. Seeing as you guys are still there, I'll need Ether to make a deck save. Okay, he's gonna make another cleaving attack towards Genji and Ether. You barely succeed, Mr. Ether, as you're able to hide in a previous crater that he created as he swoops on by. As you pick your head out, though, out of the crater, make a perception check. If you're asleep.
Ether, perception check.
Perception.
Merca slang.
Jeez, I wish I got advantage on perception.
Natural one.
There's too much smoke in the air for you to see.
Ah,
All the dust is unsettled.
uh-oh. That's good, though.
Izra, it's your turn.
I'm assuming I would see that as was on the arm that was swinging.
Yeah, make a strength check to see if you hold on. He's just trying to hook your buddies here. That's fine. Just barely able to hold on. Just whoa! It's like a roller coaster for you.
So I am going to activate Reaping Strike.
Okay.
And I am going to expend 20 souls. Or not 20 souls. Ignore that. How much is it? 5 souls. And because it's all dark out, I should be able to do this just fine. I'm going to teleport to an area I can see within 30 feet.
Okay.
And go right up to his eye.
Alright.
And that works in tandem with Shadow Strike. So I can take an action with my weapon on your turn. Additionally, you spend soul charges to do only one option of the things below. So it doesn't increase the amount of attacks I get. Oh, it's the second attack on my move, so I don't do anything else. Never mind. I just teleport to his face.
Okay.
So, that's with my bonus action. And then my movement, I'm going to move off to the side of his face. Like right here.
Okay.
And then I end my turn.
Alright. Start of a new round. I think I'll hold on to that. Gonna step forward. I'll need you to make a dex save, Mr. Ether, as this giant foot begins to come down.
Would I have noticed a soul being released at all from someone's body?
You make a perception. This is gonna hurt Ether.
19.
I rolled a 10 on my dex.
So Ether, you see this giant foot coming down upon you and try to move, and you're a little too slow as you're trying to climb out of this crater. Because you're in a crater, though, I'll give you half damage. His strength modifier is +3. Ooh!
Critical fail. Ether's holding him up with one hand.
I was gonna make it 3d10, but I'll leave it at that.
So that's the damage I'm taking?
You take half because you're in this crater, just
Oh,
the
no.
force of his foot. Just boom. And he's gonna swipe at you, Mr. Walt. I need you to
Dang,
make
that's-
a dex save.
It's good range.
You're hurting him.
I mean,
You did a lot of damage.
can't move any farther. If I could have, I would have moved further away.
I'd be on the other side of this world.
I mean, I'd be as far away as I could get from him and still hit him with all this ridiculous bullshit.
Yeah, if I had a bigger map, I would. You're so big. Oof. Because it's a fail, it's not a big deal. This guy already hurts a lot. It's 26 bludgeoning. He just kind of swipes at you. Just places a palm on top of you.
Did I notice if Genji's soul left? Rolled a 19.
You would sense a newer soul about.
Oh,
Alright.
Which brings us to.
Izra?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna bonus action. Searing Smite. As I swing right into that spot where his eye's at.
Okay.
Get 2 attacks.
Hits.
First one's with the Needs to make a oh my god, everything's a Constitution saving throw.
That's sad news for this guy. Maybe he'll roll like a 3. Never know.
It's possible.
He beats it. Well, it's only in the first one, right?
Oh, I was trying to see if I retain it. Don't forget your 1d6 fire damage.
That's if he fails.
Oh, if I fail?
Yeah,
Yeah.
But it's a magical strike, right?
it is.
Because that's important that it's magical.
Yeah, so I hit right into the corner of his eye, trying to dig that eye out.
It hurts. Like he's roaring in anger.
And then with my movement that I haven't used yet, I'm gonna climb to the top of his head.
Okay.
How many feet is it? Can I get to the other side of his eye?
It's pretty far. You would exceed your regular movement.
Okay. So I have 30 feet, so I'm gonna move 30 feet around the eye, not in front of it, to try to get to the other side.
Oh, you're gonna go to the top of his head and get to the other side?
Yeah, like right along the ridge of his eye. You see how it has that
Okay.
ridge?
Yeah, up here, the muscle.
Yeah,
Like that ridged eyebrow.
Yeah.
I'm on his eyebrow.
his brow.
Okay. Ether, it's your turn as you're kind of like under this foot in the crater.
Ether naps.
Merc,
What do you say? You guys are cutting out for.
are you using your phone again?
Nah.
So it's your turn.
I'm still under his foot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, nothing. I'll cut at his foot.
Alright.
You're gonna let him know you're under his foot?
Yep.
Okay. Those hit, Jado?
Yeah, they both hit. That's good damage. Okay. Is there anything else you wish to do?
Nah. I don't have any other.
Actually really good damage. Especially for this. Alright, brings us to Mr. Walt.
Okay, so lightning bolt. Let's make a dex save.
I really like the fucking creature card or the creature model you chose for this.
God, that's a lot of damage.
Look, he may not have a lot of strength to carry Izra, but he carries a lot of strength. Magic.
For this fight too.
Then I'll cast Scorching Ray at him again.
It's big damage. Okay.
I guess it could be worse.
It's not bad. You just hear loud, thunderous, cacophonous noises just billowing from above this foot ether. And he reels back, and you see the sunlight again.
There's no
As
sunlight.
this lightning strikes him. Put you here. We were like right here, right?
Yeah, but there's no sunlight.
Oh, well, he can see the nighttime sky, which is more than he could see through the bottom of a foot.
But he reels back. Those were two pretty big hits.
I'm just looking at it like jam. Jam, my man.
As it's his turn, Izra, because you hit him in the face, he's gonna hit you. Or try to. So just
On
make a dex save.
On the top of his face? He's gonna hit himself.
Of course he is. He's an ogre.
Eee.
Oh,
It's gonna hurt.
got that.
Hope you have enough health.
It's gonna hurt.
23.
I ain't
Rolling
dead.
pretty low.
I ain't dead. I ain't
Being
dead.
unconscious?
No.
So just. And I'll say for purposes because he hit you pretty hard. I'll take half of that.
But I'm running out of things I could be doing. Oh, goodness.
Sorry. You got that?
Walt, you begin to see Izra descent from the top of the mountainous form here.
Oh, I'm falling?
Yeah, man, you limp. Oh, no.
I ain't dead?
No, you ain't dead. Oh, you ain't dead?
No. I have
You
8
got
health.
8 HP left?
Nice.
Dead.
I no.
Don't say dead if you're not dead.
I said I ain't dead.
Oh, okay, good. Then you're alright.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
see,
that's what I said. It was
what are you worried about?
It was optimism. I said I ain't dead. Running out of things I could do, but I ain't dead.
See,
Well,
that's
it's your
what
turn.
he really means is you didn't hit him hard enough. He's calling you out. He's like, I ain't dead, bitch.
Well, legendary action.
So I'm still where I was, right? Can I make it to the other part of the eye?
Yeah.
Alright, I got choices here. I can try to heal myself, or I can hope we've done enough damage and strike him again.
I mean, what would Izra do?
How's he look?
Walt's been whooping his ass. Seems, you did a lot too with the smite. Seems like magic is the way to go on this guy.
Yeah, I can use magic to heal myself and hurt him at the same time.
Well, so here's the thing. I haven't been keeping track of your hit points,
Yeah.
but the likelihood of you healing like an ass load,
Not a bad heal.
I don't know how much you would need to heal to be able to take one more hit. That's gonna be your goal, right? Like there's no full heals in this game.
So
Well,
you're
I-
at least gonna lose 20 per shot.
Yeah, so
Then you
I
get
can
stuff
heal.
like that.
I can heal for.
Minimum 20. Yeah, that's probably. Well, okay. So
I can heal for
what's
up to 35.
what's the goal here?
To-
You want to be able to survive one more hit.
Well, it'll
Biggest
deal
likelihood-
35 damage. Magic damage. It'll heal me for 35 if I roll that high.
Oh, okay. So yeah, then why wouldn't you do that?
But to hit on it is pretty awful.
Well, I don't know. That's up to you then.
You know his AC, so
Yeah.
at least I hope you should know his AC.
If I roll shitty, this is gonna be bad.
Well,
I'm gonna expend 3 charges, or 3 souls. This allows me to heal hit points equal to my Night of Darkness level times 5, which I'm at 7. It is magical. Well, I don't know if you roll it as magical.
I would say yeah, because it takes a certain amount of focus to acquire these souls and disperse them as such.
This counts as an attack. I use my fist. Can I try to hit twice since I have 2 attacks?
Okay.
Alright, just so you can see it. And lay some hands on him.
Hopefully. Oop.
Alright, so I'll just take it off the first. So 75.
Not counted as magic damage because of the thing. But it's damage. Yeah.
So there you go. And the bonus action was to activate it, and then the second hit would just be physical, I guess, right?
Well.
No worries. I got the damage calculated.
Yeah. So the second attack doesn't have the ability to roll health on it, just so you know. But if I'm gonna attack, I'm gonna attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I picture me just punching my little fucking, you know, like a stiff finger jab to his eye socket. As I reach in and grab his fucking side of his eye.
He seems pretty pissed. Which, you see him beginning to aim his head at your allies. I'll need 1 ether to Mr. Walt here. Oh, Mr. Walt, need you to make a con save.
Con's my favorite.
I hope so. DC's not that high.
Oh, actually, Con is pretty good.
I would hope so for concentration. Oh, god damn.
What'd you roll?
You roll.
So, Izra, you see him aim his head at Walt. And he begins to charge.
I don't know if there's anything I can do to stop these attacks.
And Walt.
Merc, you don't have anything or any way to, like, I don't know what a fighter does, I guess.
Walt has suffered the same fate as Genji that you don't know about, but you just see Walt standing there as a heroic statue.
Fuck! There is nothing I can do before he attacks again. Oh, nice knowing you, Walt. That brings us to Merc then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Merc, you could do some really great things right now to help Jam.
If you were alive, you could do some really great things.
You could do some great things to help Jam.
If you were here, Merc could do some really great things.
I don't know what that. Like, I don't really know what's going on because I'm on the guy's foot right now.
No, you're
No,
not.
you're free. You're in the crater, but he stepped back after getting blasted.
You would have saw this blast of beam hit some of your allies.
See what I can do.
Well, you know Genji got swatted away. Swatted away.
I mean, he's gone.
Dead.
Genji disappeared.
D-E-D. Dead.
Damn. It's not. I don't even have abilities. Only thing I can do is attack. Attack.
You don't have to attack this round.
Damage is
Wait.
damage. Everything adds up.
I could just like, um, I could try to go get whoever's closest to me that's in trouble.
I don't think you're close enough to Walt.
Maybe you use your action to dash if you really want to.
What?
What do you say? Can you say that again?
Use your action to dash towards Walt, but then
I'll dash towards Walt. Wait, I got boots of haste. Let me try to use. I forgot what his haste do. Doubles my movement.
you still have action surge and all that.
I'll use my boots of haste and get to Walt.
Is that enough?
Where?
Unless you have. What is that, 80 movement?
He'd have 60. Maybe he could make it there. Right here. I would say you can make it there, and you still have 30 feet left with haste.
Alright. Walt out right now?
He's just. I believe he's stone, isn't he?
Ether, as you kind of approach him, he looks like a lifelike statue of Walt. And you being a general in your travels, you would know that this is a thing called petrification.
I don't think I have it fixed. I only got these like heat. What could I do? Damn, this is. I can't unpetrify, so. Damn, Walt.
Move people out of the way.
Alright, I will, with the other 30 I have, good at trying to get Walt away from me.
You said what?
You said you cut out.
You cut out. He's trying to move. He's trying to move Walt as far as he can with 30 feet.
Okay, so half moving, you can move him 15 feet if you're trying to like move him.
Yeah, I'm gonna move him as far away as I can from the giant.
Okay. So I'd say like 15 feet. If you spend your action, you could probably get more.
I'll switch my action.
Alright, so make a strength check. And I'll award you for this. What you get? So yeah, just roll a strength check to see how far you
Roll
can
a
move.
strength check, Merc.
It's not bad. Extra 5 feet with your action. So I'd say you're about another 25 feet away from this person. And just to put like a perspective, I'll move them back. Since you guys are like at the edge of the map.
Can I keep him?
So seeing as your friends kind of retreated, Izra's gonna make an attack. I need you to make a dex save.
Quite alright with that. I have the best decks in the game.
Oof. I think you're good. Yeah, you just succeed.
Half damage then?
It would be indeed half a damage.
Feeling good.
Was he still swatting his head, trying to get rid of you?
Alright. Let's see what's my turn again.
No time now.
You okay, Merg? Jesus Christ.
No, that just was unexpected.
What you got, Izra?
I'm going to... This will be funny. I'm gonna bonus action Wrathful Smite. And then I'm gonna attack with Nyx to his eye again. Just trying to pry that eye out.
A wisdom save. Oh. Okay. 13 just barely hits. I gotta see his AC. Yeah. Barely hit. And first attack is getting the smite.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't specify, so yeah.
That's the next time you hit.
It's the next time he hit?
Yeah.
It says the next time he hits with a melee weapon attack, it does stuff.
So it'd be a second attack?
Well, I mean, concentration, bonus. No, it would have gone on the first, right?
Yeah, that's what
He
I'm
uses
reading.
his bonus action to activate it, then the next time he hits, he does the damage, so it would have been the first attack that it went off on.
Okay. Alright, Izra. As you slam on top of the skull of this giant being, he takes 2 knees and his arms go limp. As he then looks at Ether, trying to push away Walt. You see his eye begin to charge once more. Ether, I need you to make a con save.
Did he make his wisdom save?
He's immune to fear.
Kind of figured. That makes sense. What is he scared of? Plaque. Ether. Con save.
The response from Ether means it hits.
Double stone.
He's dead. Took a laser beam to his crotch.
Or needs to move that trailer closer to Walmart. His internet's failing. Yo, hey!
Nigga toe.
Aww.
What do you
I
think?
think he really is. I think he really is dead. R.I.P. Merc.
Alright.
IRL.
Con 19.
The beam shoots from his eye and it hits your back, Ether. But you go unfazed. You're still pushing Walt away from this giant mass. It's your turn though.
Your
I
turn.
like it. Sounds like a good plan. Good sound thinking.
I'm going to. Did I push it? Wait. I don't know if I pushed him far away. Izra is still up, right?
This is still attacking the monster.
Alright. If he's out of the way, I guess I'll go back to attack.
To get back on the map is 25 feet, and then from there you can move your movement.
Alright. Let's see. If I move 15 feet out of the I'll just move my 30, 15.
You should still have a lot of movement because of haste. 25 of it's going to get back on.
Alright. Get back to him. His kneecap, his leg, and keep attacking.
Alright.
Nice one.
Not good.
I thought you're Bahamut. Do you have 3 attacks?
Nah, that's not to level 11.
Then you already rolled Bahamut's sword twice. You rolled a 14 and an 18. Am I reading that right?
Oh, what? I don't know. I didn't see it 3 times. He has 4.
I think you lost that sword, didn't you?
Me? No, I haven't lost these.
Wait a second, I recall something about Bahamut's sword.
Because Genji told him not to lose it, and he lost
Yeah,
it.
didn't he?
How did I lose the sword?
I don't remember, but I remember that being specifically mentioned. Weren't you one of the people that was jailed and you didn't go back to it or something like that? Like there was something that happened. It got left. You were like, I need to borrow a weapon, Genji, and Genji said, here, don't lose this, and then you lost it.
Where did I lose it?
I don't remember.
I kind of vaguely remember. It's when you got captured and your gear got separated from you.
Yeah, I got it back. What?
It's been a while since we played, so let it slide.
Alright, cool.
Big damage. As it's now his turn. Mickey Khan say Ita. As he looks down at you. And try to stone you and break you.
And he rolled a 24.
Well, he good. So I'll just break.
Hmm.
Make a save. Make a dex save. Finish it.
Damn. Don't like.
Kablamo. You can just take the damage. That's fine. I think you'll be alright. Yeah, you're alright. I would say because it's a critical fail, it's a crit. So 42. As he picks you up and then slam dunks you back into the ground.
Not.
That's the end of his turn. Izra.
I'm gonna keep whacking away at him.
Alright.
So we found out that the other one isn't that great. But he can... Let me look at the kit. That eye isn't he's using isn't magic, is it?
What's that?
That eye gaze isn't magic, right? It's just more of an ability.
From what you can tell, it looks magic.
Thank you. So I searing smite him again.
Okay.
Trying to get that eye out of his eye socket.
13 barely hits. Looks like it hurts. He has to make a con save.
For the fire damage.
I don't know, it's looking pretty close.
Ooh, no fire.
Let's see what we got. Did you just crack into him again? And it looks like he's just barely hanging on to life.
Okay.
Ether, it's your turn.
Ether is not here.
Darkness. That fucking fuck.
Yep.
That fucking fuck.
Look at it petrify. It's fucked. I was looking at the spells I can learn, and the only one I can get is Revify, and that is not gonna work on what's his name.
Well, wherever Ether went.
If you'd like to legendary action him, you can.
Alright, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, I activate my feat Mage Slayer to hit you again.
Oh yeah?
Huh.
You said it was magical.
Is that? Is that how we're gonna do this? Like anybody can just. I mean, I'm petrified. Can I activate Ogre Kill?
Where's one of my characters at?
The creature within 5 feet casts a spell, you can use your reaction to make a melee attack. That is something I actually
Within
have.
5 feet, though.
I'm standing on top of him.
I mean, why wouldn't you have just been doing that every time?
I didn't think of asking if that I-beam was magical.
Way to go.
Yeah.
Well, that is not a good use of a feat, man.
I'm aware. This whole fight has not been a good use of my feet.
Alright, well, while we wait for Ether's dumbass to get back on this wind-up internet, I'm gonna go fix.
Okay.
Death embraces awaits. What is that?
It's one of my other characters.
Sounds like a faceless man to me.
Nah, it's not him.
Is that Ro?
No.
Even if I guessed it, would you tell me?
Yes. I don't know if I want to make him that strong
At least not yet. I mean, I can take one of those. I can take both of those and live. Be hurting afterwards, though.
though. If I crit it, it fucking suck.
True. Petrify sucks. A lot.
There are worse things than death. There you go. Or one shot you. Perhaps kill you.
That would kill me. Well, make me unconscious. You double the first, I'm
If
unconscious.
it's more than your health, you'd be dead.
It's more than what?
If it's more than your health or whatever. What's that percentage thing?
I don't remember. I thought it was if it was like if you take damage equal to like a certain amount over your health.
It's something.
Poor Genji, going out like a G.
He gone. He did.
How much does Izra weigh? 60 pounds.
He got scattered across the wind.
There's nothing I can do about that.
How you gonna heal Walt?
Nothing I can do about that either.
You're gonna lose all your allies.
I'm aware. I didn't think they'd get petrified. I don't think lesser restoration gets rid of petrify.
Hell no.
Matter of fact, the condition of petrify doesn't even say how you can cure it. Yeah, there's nothing in here that says you can cure petrify.
Well, since he's not here, I'm using my legendary action. He's got cons. You can make your attack if you want.
Hope this finishes him off.
You see your boy Ether as he shoots this beam. Turns to stone as well. 16 to hit. Let's do the damage. Half damage. Alright. That brings us to its turn. How do you want to do it?
I win? Or I kill him?
Yeah, you killed him. You have 1 HP left.
Take his eye out.
Okay. Now, be specific, because your boys are stone down there. And if, certain dude fell on top of him, be all dead.
I would grab the side of his face away from him, and yanking his eye out to this direction.
Okay.
And as I'm falling, imagine that's a big fall. I use 2 more souls to teleport to a shady area on the ground.
Okay. Make a strength check as you try to move to another direction. Okay. I would say with that, your allies are not going to get squished, and you pull them down. And you begin to ride them down as close as you can to the ground before you bamf to the floor here. He begins holding his face, just writhing in pain. His large, gnarled roars kind of echo through the forest, moving the trees before he lets out his final breath and he lays there lifeless.
Well, fuck me. I'm just looking over what I can do for people, which is nothing. What gets rid of petrify?
You don't know. And for an instance, you're left alone, not left to talk or joke with anyone from your group. And that loneliness kind of sinks in for a moment.
I don't know them well enough. I'd be most sad about Genji. No offense, Walt.
Wow. Jeez. Greater restoration will cure petrification. If you've got wish, that would probably cure it.
I have nothing.
What else do we have?
I have, because I think paladins set their moves between each rest, right?
What? Sorry.
Paladins can reset their moves, correct?
If you're talking about their spells that they get, then yeah, I think that works the same as clerics.
Yeah, the spells I get, though, I can only get Lesser Restoration, Revivify.
I don't think there's anything that how that reads.
Cure Wounds. And I'm looking at Petrify, right? It is a bitch of a move. Petrified creature is transformed along with any non-magical items it is wearing and carrying to a solid inanimate substance, usually stone. Creature is incapacitated. See the condition and can't move or speak, is unaware of its surroundings.
Yeah, Revivify is not designed to do anything.
But it doesn't tell you how to cure petrification. I guess trial and error. Grab some of this blood from the giant, kind of rub it on the statue of Ether.
As you kind of rub it on his form in hopes of a cure. His body still motionless, standing in a battle-ready stance.
Does he look at least majestic?
He looks as heroic as ever.
I don't know. I have no idea what to do. I guess I would try to reach out to...
Roll perception.
Ooh, you know I love when you ask me to roll perception.
Not that bad. So as you are at a loss for options, that same shadow from your dreams that saved you before tilts your chin up and turns your head towards the eye, and it points to it.
I grab the eye.
As you take hold of the eye in your head, you kind of picture like a small orb as it begins to decrease in size.
I
And
grab
turns
it.
into like a hardened orb. The whole body then decays as the eye is the only thing left.
Do I know what this eye is? Did it shrink the eye down to a size?
It's the size of a baseball in your hand.
I hold it up. Bring Genji back! No,
Nothing seems to happen.
I guess I'll inspect it closer. Arcana? Alright, I don't know anything about Arcana.
The same shadow then takes your hand, kind of guides your hand towards ether. And that same beam that you saw before that took your friends cleanses ether. The stone begins to chisel away from his organic skin as it just kind of reveals his face.
The beam?
Hmm?
I see the beam come out of the gym.
Mm-hmm. And it cleanses ether.
I pointed
He's no
at
longer-
Walt now.
The same thing happens to Walt. He's no longer petrified as the stone-like skin begins to brittle and fall off of his face and his form. But as you look around for Genji, no one's there.
I'm aware of his soul. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing I can fucking do about it. Revify doesn't work when you don't have any limbs.
The shadow then puts a hand on its shoulder and just kind of nods its head to you and then dissipates.
Nods when I said there's nothing I can do?
Nod and left. That's pretty much it. Did what it needed to do.
Did it have a familiar feel to it at all?
Not that you know
Oh, Ether's here.
Hmm. For some reason, my computer was acting weird, so I couldn't hear you guys like it's very like.
You turned into a statue. I saved
Yeah, I
your
heard
life.
that part. I guess.
I immediately run over to Ether. Listen, need you to do whatever you do. Call your dad to bring back my chaperone.
I can try, but there's no promise.
Yes, I realize your dad doesn't like you very much. Give him the goddamn sword. I don't care. Trade it.
Alright. 12. Can I get an
What do you say?
assist?
What do you say to reach out?
Dad, I really need your help right now. It's really important.
Give him the goddamn sword, motherfucker.
Time begins to pass by and no answer comes.
Am I gonna have to start pleading? My own fault.
It'd be fun to see at least.
I mean, apparently something more than what you're already doing.
Are you really crying or is your character crying?
Please. Father, I know you're in a weakened form right now, but you at least do this one thing for me. Religion.
I'll fucking give the remainder of my souls to boost
Does
that.
that one work?
5 minutes begin to pass.
Nothing.
A 25 doesn't work?
It
You didn't
doesn't.
ask for religion check, cheater. Shut up.
It doesn't.
10 minutes begin to pass and you begin to hear a familiar voice. Look, son. Your friend's gone. There's nothing I can do for him.
I swear to God, Colin. I swear to God, Colin. Oh, God damn it. I just snatch up his soul then.
But it was a noble feat. Not everyone can say that they took down a giant such as this. You have my praise.
That praise isn't gonna get him back though.
Fucking slap him.
Do you?
Ether, that's the thing. People die. In times like this, you gotta accept it.
It was only a matter of time before Genji left.
I didn't think he's gonna die this game, though.
I mean, fuck, Petrify's a bitch. None of us had anything to counter that.
I didn't think he's gonna be that strong.
It's whatever.
But, you try
No,
to catch
so I read online, right? And it works pretty much the way you think it would work, where spells need to say that they specifically stop stuff from happening. Unfortunately, the only spell that stops Petrify is Greater Restoration, or Wish, which you can use to emulate another spell. So, like, there are no other spells, even as, like, a full cleric that you get anytime soon that stops Petrification. So, let that be known to everybody in here that's going to DM. Like, if you're going to have something with Petrification in it, then be aware that it's not that easy. Like, at this level, nothing has anything that's in their spell list that's going to stop that. Greater Restoration is like a level 5 or level 6 spell. You need to be like 13 or some shit to do that. So, like, yeah, Petrify. If you want to have something that's hard to stop, then Petrify is it. So, you know.
Izra would just drop to her knee where his soul was last at.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of apologize to him for being reckless. And then try to take her soul, but it's been too long. His soul would have moved on already.
When you're kind of there, you just kind of, even though he's dead, it's a sense of peace. Or you knew how long he has been alive and been around fighting. Maybe it's good that he finally gets to rest.
I look for anything magical of his, because Petrify doesn't affect that. Not to use, to hold on to.
The only thing that's magical that was left behind is a small, like, necklace.
Isn't that the
An
necklace
onyx.
I gave him when I opened the vault?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely take that and put it around my neck. I'm keeping this.
Now that you've acquired the eye and now you have the breath, there's only 2 more things left now.
Came with a grave cost.
And the petrification would have gone away once he died. That was the trope of that.
But he got hit before that.
Yeah.
Izra would go make sure Walt's okay in Ether. Are you guys okay?
I guess.
Walt, are you okay?
I'm fine. I don't think anybody saw what happened to Genji, right? Everybody was out of sight of that.
Yeah, even Ether being next to him, because of his role, he didn't get to see him.
So, what happened to Genji?
The creature killed him. I can sense souls. His soul left. No longer here. I'm assuming that when he got turned into a statue, the force of the hit crushed the statue. I hold out the eye. The eye can reverse the effects of it after I got it. That's how I saved you guys, but I can't save something that's not there. Should kind of hug Walt and apologize for being reckless.
How do I phrase this? Well, I haven't known anyone in this group for very long, but Genji seemed willing to do what was necessary to save you, including give his life. No reason to apologize for me for being reckless. I understood the risks as much as I could before we started this.
I just don't understand why other people have to die. They so want me dead, why not just take me? I had to kill everyone around me.
Well, I have no answers for that. I don't know of these people that you speak, so I can't seem to guess at their motivation.
Just you two, if it comes down to saving yourselves or me, save yourselves. And I will be adjusting that shit, cause fucking Genji's gone. It would definitely be daunting on her. I think you get that, Jado, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I suppose we should leave this area in case some of those ugly things come back.
So do we know where we are?
We're near the valley, aren't we?
Do
From
we know
what
where
you read,
we... Sorry, go ahead.
from what you read in the book, you might know where you're at. But I don't think any of you have a map.
Do I hear a fountain at all?
You do not.
Do I see a castle anywhere?
Nope. Just trees upon trees.
So we fought away from the castle.
Because remember, he came here to get some food.
Do we remember which way he came from?
Northeast of your current location.
I mean, he was crashing through trees, right?
Yeah.
So I would imagine that trying to follow something that size through trees isn't going to be too difficult. At least until we hit the edge of a tree line, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the book said that the bridge of the monk was near the valley where the Cyclops lived, with the castle. I imagine if we head that direction, we should get some idea of our bearings.
Seems to be the best idea that we have. Let's give that a shot.
Ether, are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, death happens. Now I know what it feels like when your puppy died.
Hit me where it hurts, huh?
I wasn't trying to be rude, I just now know what loss feels like. You lost a puppy, I lost a great warrior. So if anything, I should feel worse. I would start making my way towards the tree line.
Okay. Like the vegetation's pretty thick, and because of your current circumstances, it's a little rough traveling. What's marching order for you guys?
If it's nighttime, I'm up front.
Okay. Yeah, it's still night. It's about trying to creep up on 11 at night. As you guys are just traveling. About 2 hours pass, and you're making headway. How fast are you traveling throughout these 2 hours?
Considering time is of the essence for Izra, she's moving at a pace that's sustainable.
Okay. So just kind of like a mild pace.
Yeah.
So I would say about 2 hours to pass. It's getting darker and later. People that sleep normal are getting a little bit tired, but you make it to the edge of the forest and you're on like a ridge. And down below, make a perception check.
All of us?
Yep.
I do have blind sense and night eyes.
Uh, So as a whole, you all see this mist and slowly begins to part. And you're able to get a better picture of what's hidden within this mist, and you see the very large bridge leading towards the castle. And to get to this bridge, it's still a ways out, maybe like 3.5 hours travel before reaching the foot of the bridge.
I would say we had to beware of the mist. You two should rest.
What's the plan? Are we going to rest as we did the other night? So we're going to rest till the evening and then travel again at night?
I'm afraid that if we travel through the day, it will be a hindrance on all of you. You have no choice but to, if we choose to rest, rest until next evening. I would explain why sunlight's so bad for me. I think it has to do with my grandfather, but I like having a weight on you the whole time.
Are we going to... We're going to rest here and then travel the rest of the distance to the bridge after we're done resting? 'Cause it's still quite a ways out, right?
It's about 3 hours, yeah. You used a lot of spells in the last fight too, didn't you?
I used a pretty good amount. I didn't use up anywhere close to like all of them, but I used a pretty good number of my more powerful ones, yeah.
And I'm low on health.
Okay. Rest it is then.
So, taking the same amount of time as before, same shifts. Izra, this seems to be pretty thick, and as the sun
Right back.
rises, It doesn't pierce through this mist. It's almost like a cloud cover of some sort. And you feel normal, like as if nightfall has never lifted.
Yeah, but I remember what the book said and Rose said about be wearing of the mist, right?
Mm-hmm.
So while they're resting, I would be testing the mist without, going into it. Just kind of like observing if I can see anything or notice anything going on in the mist.
Nothing harmful, but it is abnormal, and you can tell that whatever is creating this mist must know that of your presence.
The mist
The way
maker.
it moves is almost like snake-like, this mist. Like it's alive, being summoned to you guys.
Question is it the monk or the fingerless, the faceless doing it? Considering I don't know what the monk is, I have an idea of who he is, but that'd be metagaming. Guess I don't know anything about it, right?
Nope.
Since I know the mist is kind of making it darker for me, I guess I would just rest normally as well.
Okay. And you just wait for everybody.
Yeah. You know what that means? I get Genji now.
Oh, back in patient.
Just change a few stories around to where the knight that was guarding Izra isn't Pal, it was Genji. It's fine with me. He doesn't need an active role. Just clear up some drama. Nothing serious. Heat Blade. Oh, big fan. Were we supposed to fight him there?
I didn't think you guys were gonna go giant first or ogre first, so surprised me.
Yeah, I was planning on going monk first, and I thought you were putting that there as a fuck you are.
But we can stop here if you guys want.
I mean, I think that's what everyone's kind of... Merc's not even fucking fully awake. His computer's acting up. I'm okay to keep playing. It just... If they want to quit, I'm okay with it.
I'll just stop it here for now.
Did we level up?
Peace.
What level are we?
We're level 8 now.
Okay, I was gonna say, because if I went into that fight a level down.
Actually, level down.
That was a pretty fun fight, though.
Is it my hit dice plus my con?
Do you expect me to fucking jump up and climb up there and try to fight him while I was in the sky?
Ew.
It had its price to pay.
How are we gonna get past Petrify beforehand?
Just killing him. I was just making it dramatic. I wasn't being able to cure it. To use the eye.
Yeah, but theoretically, that whole thing could have played out with any of us.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a deadly fight, no matter when we fought him.
I told you it was not gonna be easy.
I'm just glad it wasn't Walt or fucking Yohei. Or either.
It could happen.
Yeah.
It's alright, you guys survived.
Yeah, that's great, Dick.
You seem very full.
No, I'm not. I have to walk now.
Well, you have the mist. You don't have to worry about the time of day. But while you're all sleeping, I have something playing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think we're gonna fight first, the monk?
I didn't think you were gonna fight the giant guy that was bigger than a castle.
How'd you think we were gonna fight him?
Huh?
How'd you think it was gonna happen?
Not like that. Poor Genji.
Genji made his own decisions. Now I gotta fucking adjust my fucking...
My boy Rose, though.
Huh?
Said my boy Rose, though.
The farmer. Fucking asshole.
Oh, nice.
Why is he an asshole?
I'm on to the farmer's games.
What games?
Yeah, what games? He ain't do nothing.
That guy's the least mysterious motherfucker I've ever heard of. Lifting up out of floors and shit. I was halfway tempted to just be like, I'm gonna stalk his bitch ass and watch him and see what the fuck he's really up to with all these mysterious fucking powers and whatnot. Like, yeah, I might be related to turning these dudes into wooden statues. What of it? Yeah, I came up out of this floor all ghostly like. What of it? I've got random fucking powerful potions just strewn about my shitty house. What are you gonna do about it? Like, what is this guy's actual deal? What's actually going on with him? Nobody knows, nobody cares? Alright, cool. Whatever.
I'm surprised there wasn't like more questions asked.
Nah, nobody seemed to care, so I didn't either. Like, the only thing that I was gonna be concerned about is if he did anything that was like obviously arcane, like super. He didn't really. I mean, he's got some weird ass powers, but I don't know what the fuck any of that's about.
I know that you guys are gonna get well acquainted with that asshole. If you ever do fucking the next campaign, because that's the motherfucker he picked to be his next character.
Well, I guess we'll see how that goes. I mean, he seems like an alright guy to me so far. He's just not the talkative type, right?
No, I mean, I asked some questions. I would do not go there. Then, thought he was an out for the problem with two characters we had just hanging around. You took those kills from me on purpose, you dick.
Well, Aranor protected you, and it made sense. In a way.
I wasn't gonna kill Aranor. He's definitely gonna kill
You
her.
were just like, I'm gonna creep up on this bitch and shank the fuck out of her.
Yes.
If anybody's watching me, I don't give a fuck. She gonna get killed.
Oh yeah. We made an agreement outside the game. I was gonna kill her, you can loot their corpse. I gotta kill one, and, well, I guess.
mean, I keep saying it, that doesn't mean that I'm gonna follow through on it.
You did, you looted both their corpses.
I mean, there was stuff there. I didn't loot their corpses.
You technically did do what you said you were gonna do.
There was stuff just sitting there in bags, and I'm like, well, if nobody else is interested, I'm gonna grab those bags. I didn't like grab their dead fucking bodies and like move through their pockets and shit.
But you would've.
Nah, this isn't that character. What I need is a rogue. I keep trying to angle for a rogue, and I never get one. If I get a rogue, he's gonna steal all the shit.
You can be a rogue in the next Patreon campaign, or play something else.
The God 9?
You can play Fighter 9. You can play Fighter 9. It works
I
fine.
played Fighter like the last 3 camps.
Well, I mean, if you like playing a fighter, play a fighter. If you don't want to play a fighter, play something else.
Let's see. 4 spell slot, 3, 4 and 3. So
Oh, you leveled up, by the way.
What level are we?
8.
We're 8. What level am I right now? I think I'm still 6. Cool, I got 2 levels. Fuck you, hoes. I was fighting that entire fight under-leveled.
Yep.
That's pretty dope. I don't know when we leveled up before, but I obviously missed it.
Well, it's smart that you guys running stuff for, I guess, because you're doing mad damage. Spells, magic did double damage, but flashing and shit like that did half.
I'm okay with that. I mean, once he did that move, it became apparent that it was doing more damage. I just started adding those to my attacks. Alright, after seeing what happened to him, I'm gonna grab Lesser Restoration.
Oh, that's the new spells.
Yep. I have a specific spells up to
Apparently-
5th level.
Apparently, since you're the only one casting cleric spells, you want to make sure you choose the best ones. If you don't have any other options for any of that shit, then yeah, like make sure you're going through that.
Yep. Getting rid of some and replacing them with others. Modifying my spell list. Gonna get rid of Wrathful Smite. Replace it with Cure Wounds.
Ooh, 4th level spells. Dope ass.
It's weird they modified the list though, so a lot of mine are good, but there could be better.
Fuck.
Alright, so I have Bane, Shield of Faith, Searing Smite, Cure Wounds, get rid of Blindness, Deafness, because that's working well for me. Grab... I don't really have a lot of good shit. What's Aid do?
I forget. There's a bunch of those cleric spells that I took a look at and just decided against getting because they were too utility.
Yeah, it says up to 3 creatures have their current and maximum HP increased by 5. The hit points are increased additional 5 for each slot level above 2nd. Not bad. Could be better. I can grab Aid, Blindness, Deafness, Darkness, Dark Vision, Fine Steed, Gentle Repose. Repose? I don't know if I'm saying it right. Locate Object, Magic Weapon, Protection from Poison, and Zone of Truth. Keep Lesser Restoration. I don't know what Gentle Repose does.
Ability score improvement, you say?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Is that Isaiah? What is that I'm hearing in the background?
Garrick fell asleep at his chair. Is that Garrick?
Maybe it is.
It's not Merc, he's muted. We're gonna have to figure out something to deal with these extra effects. I can't fucking not have something to deal with that. He sounded tired.
Man.
And what's crazy is he's out already.
He was just, like he was just awake and he didn't sound tired.
It's all getting recorded. I'll set up a clip of it.
Okay.
So I don't think I get any actual heat, like get Dispel Magic. I should probably pick that up, but not until level 3 spells.
Yeah, Dispel can be pretty good. I don't even know if it gets to be on the Sorcerer spell list. All the spells that I have so far are like almost exclusively attack.
I actually have a whole with Xanthar's Guide. There's some new ones, I guess. The Sork of Celestials. It's pretty cool.
They do introduce like a whole bunch of different variation spells that you know see if you're only using the PHP.
I tried to share it with you guys in this, but because I'm not running it, you guys can't have my other books.
Oh, is that how that goes?
Yeah. But when we go to play anything with Patron, you guys have access to Mordokin's whatever, and
Yeah.
Mordekins, and then my player guide that I bought, everyone has access to, and then Xanthar's guide to everything, everyone has access to. It's pretty nice. All these, the Night of Darkness is a little bit different than a Paladin, so sometimes where it should be helpful, it's not. Made me realize why you don't use custom classes.
No, 2 more, and they can both be level 4. So let me see.
Gonna turn his ass down.
Dang. I really did not think he was anywhere close to that tired. Sounded like he was doing